Hello students. Today we are going to study a very short but very meaningful poem by Sandburg titled The Fog. Even though it has only 6 lines, it gives us a complete picture and a deeper message about life, nature, and uncertainty. Before we read the poem, let's learn a little about the poet. Sandburg was an American poet, journalist, and biographer. His style of writing was free verse. That means poetry without a fixed rhyme scheme or strict meter. He believed in writing in a simple, natural way that ordinary people could understand. His poems often capture everyday life and the beauty of simple moments. In The Fog, he takes something very ordinary, the arrival of fog, and makes it extraordinary by comparing it to a cat. In just 6 short lines, Sandburg paints a vivid picture. The fog enters silently, like a cat walking softly. It pauses over the harbor and the city, as if observing the world below, and then, without warning, it disappears, moving away quietly just like a cat that chooses to leave on its own terms. The main poetic device here is an extended metaphor. The fog is compared to a cat throughout the poem. There is also personification because the fog is given human or animal-like qualities. It comes, sits, looks, and moves. The imagery is very strong. We can clearly imagine a cat crouching silently, which matches the way fog covers a city. The poem also uses enjambment, where the lines flow into one another without pause, creating the feeling of smooth, continuous movement. Another important device is symbolism. The fog is not just weather. It symbolizes mystery, uncertainty, and the temporary phases of life that come without warning and disappear just as suddenly. One more device that you must remember for your exams is the transferred epithet. In the line on silent haunches, the adjective silent does not really describe the haunches but the cat itself. This quality is transferred to a part of the cat, intensifying the stillness of the image. This small detail shows Sandburg's economy of language. He says a lot in just one word. The themes of the poem are simple but profound. It shows the transience of life and nature. Nothing lasts forever, not even the fog. It highlights the quiet but powerful presence of nature. And it reminds us of life's mysteries, when events appear suddenly, confuse us for a while, and then vanish. The tone of the poem is calm and reflective, while the mood it creates is mysterious and contemplative. In CBSE exams, questions on this poem usually test your understanding of these poetic devices and themes. You may be asked extract-based questions such as, what does it refer to? How does the fog behave like a cat? Or what is the effect of the word silent? Short answer questions may ask you to explain the imagery or to identify the transferred epithet. Long answer questions often ask you to discuss the aptness of the cat metaphor or to explain the deeper meaning about life and nature. So the fog may be a short poem, but through simple words and a powerful metaphor, Sandburg shows us how nature moves silently, unpredictably, and yet leaves a strong impression. For exams, remember to highlight the cat metaphor, personification, imagery, symbolism, and the transferred epithet. And now, before we end, here's a question for you to think about. If you had to compare the fog to something else, maybe another animal, a person, or even a feeling, what would you choose and why? Share your creative comparisons after this lesson. That brings us to the end of our study of the fog. Remember, great poems don't need to be long to make a lasting impression. Thank you for listening.